What's up, guys? Welcome back to Wrestle Wellbeing. I'm your host, Jim, joined by my very good friend Liam from Magical Wrestling. I hope we're all doing well on this fine Sunday afternoon. So, as you can tell by the title, we're reviewing Crown Jewel from yesterday. Obviously, for us over in the UK, it was on at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, which was quite nice for us, Liam, wasn't it, mate?
Would you say it were weird, though, watching WWE at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday?
I loved it, mate. To absolutely put the sticks to the Americans, them having to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning so they can watch it rather than it being us that has to do it. We're quite nice.
We have to do it all the time. Do you know what I mean? We have to start. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly, mate. It's just a bit mental. So yeah, take that, America. You can shove that up your shotgun.
Yeah.
Anyways, so obviously there were 5 matches on the card. We'll go through them in order so that it makes us sound professional. I think that we basically near enough got it right on the predictions when we did his predictions on Friday.
Yeah.
I think we got it just about right, apart from 1 or 2. So obviously kicking off the show, which I was quite surprised about, this was the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns versus Big Bronson Reed. As we saw, the Usos got involved, Braun Breaker got involved. Literally, myself and we were video calling each other every 10 minutes with this event sort of thing, weren't we, mate? I mean, you said, I reckon this is going to happen, and I put a message saying, Braun's going to come out here, and 2 seconds later, Braun Breaker jumped over the barrier, speared Roman, and I just put back to you, called it.
Yeah, the weird thing is, I mean, the problem I had with this match in particular, it's a good opener, do you know what I mean? I'm not knocking that, but it was just a matter of when Braun's going to show up, do you know what I mean? That's the only thing I'm watching. And then I feel like I also was waiting for that big pop, do you know what I mean? Something like big to happen. I know it's your opening card and stuff, and it was either this match or the tag match we're going to start. And yeah, I mean, it was a good match, you know what I mean? Solid match. I'm not knocking it and stuff like that. But for me, it was just a matter of waiting for the next thing to happen, like the interference and stuff.
Exactly, mate. I think that I think everyone's getting a bit too used to there being a shock happening or something unexpected happening, like a return, a debut, somebody turning face, someone turning heel, something like that happening, and every single match now we in WWE, because obviously, as we know, Survivor Series last year, Survivor Series the other year when CM Punk returned at the end of the show, the sort of like the trademark stamp at the bottom right hand corner. Then Punk came out. I mean, we've had so many returns and so many like shocking moments that everyone's just like, oh, we're waiting for something. We're waiting for something. We're waiting for it to happen. I mean, I said to you, I reckon that this is where Austin Theory returns and mixes alignment with Vision sort of thing. So, yeah, just one of those. So for my review of this match, I put kicking off the main card with an Australian street fight was a brilliant choice to immediately ignite the crowd, especially with it being Bronson Reed's hometown sort of thing. Bout was chaotic, physical brawl that spilled into the stands. Reigns dominated the other stages, punishing Reed with weapons like a trash can, but the stipulation ultimately played into Reed's hands. We saw a shocking moment, obviously, when Jay and Jimmy, who were told to stay at home by Roman after Braun came out and attacked Roman, and we saw at the end of the match that Jay accidentally speared Roman through the table. That effectively ended the match. Obviously, Bronson hit a tsunami on Roman. I've got to say, mate, I don't know what you think about this, but I love the way that Wade Barrett shouts tsunami.
I love it. It's British. Of course, you're going to be like happy with it.
Well, I just think that Wade is one of them commentators where he's very underrated and very underappreciated, realistically, because he's one of those that is very funny, but it doesn't mean to be funny. Like, I'll just say that like the most random thing ever. And you're just like, wait a minute, did Wade Barrett just say that? I mean, we saw the thing on SmackDown when the crowd were chanting Seth is a wanker. Cody asked Michael Cole what they were saying. Cole, like, I don't know what they're saying. So then Wade Barrett got on the microphone and went, I believe they're saying Seth Rollins is a wanker. And it was just brilliant.
I don't know. It's British, you know what I mean? I mean, we know most of that. We say that all the time. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's a wanker. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly, mate. Exactly. So, obviously, at the end of the match, Roman being defeated. A lot of people online, and me and you absolutely hate the online community when it comes to wrestling because everyone's got an opinion. It's opinions are like arseholes. Everyone's got one and they all stink. Everyone's saying that Roman's being buried. Roman's getting buried by Triple H. Triple H doesn't like him because he was Vince's boy. End of the day, for me, Roman doesn't need to win every match. You hear the pop that Roman gets when he comes out through for his entrances and what have you. I mean, the guy's a living legend. He's basically turning into the new Undertaker. When Roman Reigns comes out, when you hear that beginning of his theme song, you know that shit's about to go down. You know that it's going to be a good match. You know it's going to be a good promo. You know it's going to be a good segment sort of thing. So, but yeah, it.
Can I just read what Culture said about this match? Because I feel like it's interesting here.
Yeah, of course, mate.
So it says, Reigns did a nice job between the moves, playing the crowd and soaking up the cheers. But this could have been more pedestrian if he tried. Until the shenanigans unfolded in the warning moments of the match, it was carried solely by Roman's charisma and the hot crowd at the start of the PLE. I have to agree with that. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I mean, like I say, Roman. If you would have said to a WWE fan 15 years ago, Roman Reigns is going to be the biggest star in the company, he's going to be the most loved person of of the generation, you'd have got smacked and you'd have got laughed out the building because of how crap he was 15 years ago. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So at the end of the match, obviously Roman walked out on the Usos. You heard Jey Uso saying, "I'm done." He's always going to be like this. I'm done. What do you think that this is going to be a build up to storyline wise with the Usos and Roman?
I think it's got to be War Games. Do you know what I mean? It has to be. Do you know? I mean,
Yeah,
I think this is the next pay-per-view Survivor Series, I believe.
I think it is.
Let me just double check that to confirm. But yeah, I mean, it has to be War Games and stuff like that. And we know, obviously, now that's obviously a big part. And I can't think of any other storylines, like to make forward. So who obviously joins, obviously, Roman and obviously the Usos? I don't actually know, but I'm excited, let's be honest.
Definitely. So, if I were to ask you to book the teams for War Games, what would you say?
Right. Okay, that's interesting.
So obviously you'll have Roman and the Usos. You just need two more, and then on the other side you'd have Seth and Braun and Bronson. So then you've got four people to choose from. Who are you picking, mate?
I think Theory and Waller has to be with Seth. I think that'd be interesting.
Yeah,
something like that. It's hard to pick, who goes with Roman and stuff. Probably Sami Zayn again. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, and possibly Punk.
Possibly. So what I what I would have said is, obviously you'd have Seth, Bronson, Braun. If they're going to go with Theory, have Theory. I would then put Drew in, just because I don't think it's believable putting Brock Lesnar in. Because let's be fair, if Brock Lesnar's going to be in War Games, he's going to come in at the last minute. He's going to F5 everyone. He's going to suplex City everybody. He's not going to be on a team with someone. So then on the opposite team, I'd then have Roman, Jay, Jimmy. I'd then go Jacob, Fatu.
Yeah.
And then we know that Cena is supposedly going up against Dom for the Intercontinental title. So the fifth man that I would possibly pick. Oh. Trying to think who would be a good match. Because if I'm honest, I wouldn't want to see Sammy in the War Games match because he's the US champion, into sort of thing. So I'd want him to defend the US title on the show. But if I were going to pick someone, I would most likely go with God. It's a bit mad, isn't it? Trying to like think of someone off the top of your head, sort of thing.
While you're thinking, I can confirm that the next pay-per-view is Survivor Series, November 29th.
So we've got a good month and a half until the
Mm-hmm.
event itself. So
Yeah.
Roman, Jay, Jimmy, Jacob. It's all chuffing Samoans, mate. Let's bring in Zilla. Fuck it.
Yeah, why not?
Just bring up Zilla for one match. See if they hadn't put Tamatonga with the MFTs, I'd have said Tama.
Yeah, I mean that'd be a good shout.
But because he's now with MFTs, and I doubt that they'd want to break that up, because I'm guessing that the other War Games match, and I think this would be an absolute awesome match, it'd be the Wyatts versus the MFTs.
So I can actually confirm now, according to reports from the Wrestling Observer, this year's match is most likely put together at this juncture. Reports CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, and Jey Uso will team with a fifth member against the Vision, Brock Lesnar, and Austin Theory. That's the report.
Like I said, mate, for me personally, I just don't see Brock being in War Games. It don't make sense. Like, for me, you'd be better off putting Brock against Gunther at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
It's one of the big 4 pay-per-views. You can build it from. You can have the first match being at Survivor Series, then have Gunther eliminate Brock at Royal Rumble. That then sets up Gunther versus Brock at Mania. If you want to do that big match, sort of thing. Mm-hmm. 2 big bulls just beating the piss out of each other. I mean, you can't go wrong with that one. So, I mean, could you turn Gunther face and have him align with Roman?
No.
In the War Games, if
me personally, Gunther is an actual heel. I feel like that's the best thing, for him, and he just works that so well.
Fair, yeah. I can't think of a fifth one, to be honest. I mean, if you're gonna go with someone, you need a big name, don't you, for War Games sort of thing, to team with Roman, Usos. I don't want LA Knight in it. For me,
are you just saying that because you don't like LA Knight?
Yeah, I think he's too boring.
So take that little hat off and just be honest. He wouldn't make that match.
I'd rather it be Kevin Owens.
I don't think he's going to be back in time, surely.
I think for me, you need someone that's got who isn't just a bargain basement ripoff of Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. Because for me, that's all LA Knight is.
But if the fans get over, it gets over with the fans.
Yeah, so did Fandango, but he did absolutely jack shit.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where the fans get over and stuff like that. But do you know what I mean? He has to take the character as well.
I suppose, mate. So, what are you rating the opening match between Roman and Bronson, mate? A being fantastic, B being good, C being all right, D being not so good, not very good, and E being shit.
I'm going to say a B plus. No, B minus. Do you know what I mean? It was really good and stuff like that. The shenanigan things kind of took me out a little bit, but I was expecting it.
I agree with that one, mate. Yeah, I'd go with B minus as well, just because for me, I think they could have done. Obviously, it wouldn't have been WrestleMania 40 grade shenanigans, but they could have done better with the shenanigans sort of thing. Bit more detail in them. So, on to the second match of the night, which was the Women's Crown Jewel Championship match, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
Between current WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton versus Women's World Heavyweight Champion Stephanie Vaquer. Obviously, Liam, what did you think of this one, mate?
I mean, the problem I've got with this match in particular is there wasn't much build-up. Do you know what I mean? It's essentially like there was too much respect for each other and stuff like that. I'd like this idea, like Tiffany, showing a little bit of disrespect, because then you've got something to look forward to in the match and stuff. So for me, I mean, is it a good match? Yes. Was it as better as in the first one? Not for me.
I agree with that one, mate. I think that the like you say, the main problem that you had is that there were no build up to this match. Plus, it were two relatively quite hot baby faces. Whereas if Tiffany would have been tapping into her heel persona, because we know that she can play as a heel. For me, I think that Tiffany's better as a heel. I don't know about you, mate, but I always think that Tiffany's better as a heel rather than a face, because she's got that look of the popular girl from school that everyone hates because how good looking she is, that she's perfect at everything, and she just thinks that she's better than everyone else, sort of thing. But yeah, like you say, mate, I wasn't too. You said it best yesterday when you messaged me saying that you weren't blown away by the match, and I wasn't either, to be fair. I think they could have done a lot better with this match.
Yeah, I think that's fair and stuff like that. I mean, but do you know what I mean? They did good. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying it was a bad match. It just wasn't like something like where, I always go for, am I going to remember this match? So if you said to me now in a couple of months' time, do you remember what happened at Crown Jewel 2025? Do you know what I mean? Stephanie Vaquer versus Tiffany Stratton. I probably couldn't be able to tell you something what happened in that match.
Yeah, mate, definitely. So, what grade are you getting it, bud?
I'm going to say it's C, and I hate to do that. Do you know what I mean? Because it was an all right match for me, but it wasn't the best.
I would have probably gone C minus, if I'm honest. Like I say, there were no build up to it whatsoever. There were quite a few, I think that, if I'm honest, it felt a bit rushed, the match. I think that they were rushing it to get to the Cena Styles match, and that's what's what the downfall of the match was. But yeah, I wasn't blown away by the match. My wife Shannon watched it as well, and she said the same. She said that she thought that it was good, but it wasn't great. It wasn't as good as it could have been. I mean, you've got two ladies here that are probably the best in the division at the moment in time, aside from Rhea and Io. Stephanie, very early into her main roster career, sort of thing. She's only just won the World Heavyweight Championship, so it was really simple to predict this one. As they're not going to make Stephanie lose after being on the main roster for what, 3 months, 4 months, is it? Something like that.
Yep.
She's only just recently won the world title. Tiffany's been undefeated this year. And like I said, I think that there's a lot of speculation online and a few sources have said that Tiffany is actually dropping the belt to Alexa Bliss very soon. So they'll be building up to that sort of thing. But on to the next one, and I don't know about you, mate, but I thought this was match of the night. John Cena versus AJ Styles for the last time ever. I mean, where do you start with this one, bud?
I don't know, mate. There was that much going off in this match. I just didn't even know to start. There was tribute after tribute after tribute after tribute. And even and I'm going to let you talk about this, a nice little Bray Wyatt little momentum here.
I'm not going to cry, bud. I actually shed a tear watching this match because, as people that watch my channel will know, I'm a massive fan of Bray Wyatt. I always have been. And to see Cena catch Styles from the phenomenal forearm into Sister Abigail, and then the entire arena was with the fireflies out. I actually got really teared up and just thought it was a fantastic tribute. And I don't know if you saw it, but when Cena did the move and he sat up, he looked up and he actually mouthed, "I miss you," to Bray, sort of thing. So it was just a really lovely. Yeah, it was just a really, really lovely tribute to Bray. But not only did it pay tribute to Bray, you had the Coquita clutch by Samoa Joe from AJ to Cena. You had Cena put AJ in the walls of Jericho, and the crowd was chanting Y2J. That was good.
So the weird thing is about that is I can't remember, when they had a feud, but I actually remembered the Jericho thing when he actually debuted on Raw. That's little shades here.
Exactly, mate. You also had Cena do the draping DDT, and he did the taunting thing with his face where Randy Orton does, and then hit an RKO, which were quite funny.
Almost a punt as well.
Yeah, almost hit a punt. What else did we have? We had
Styles with the HBK.
Oh yeah, we're switching music. Yeah, the Tombstone pile driver from Taker, which obviously both men have had feuds with Taker in the past. That finished the
619.
match off. The crowd wanted 619, and I love the fact that Cole and Barrett were like, "There's no way they can physically do that move. There's no way they can physically do that move." And then dropped toe hold onto the second rope, and all the fans just lost their collective shit. And so did the commentators. But obviously, AJ did the clothesline, and everyone were like, "Boo! You've ruined it, you bastard!" So that was quite funny.
But yeah, for me personally, this is like your perfect example of storytelling.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I mean, you've got two of the greatest all time in Cena and Styles. Also, something that you pointed out to me that I didn't realize is that AJ was wearing attire from his TNA days.
Yep, I remember that. I noticed that straight away.
Definitely, mate. I'm sure there were more moves that both Cena and Styles did, and obviously during the post-show press conference, you had Triple H talking to the panel, and the crowd was chanting, "We want Edge." Do you think there is a slight possibility that we'll see Edge back in a WWE ring before Cena's time's done?
Before Cena's time done, probably not.
Yeah,
For me personally, probably not. I generally thought because we still don't know what's going on for Jericho and stuff like that. I'd be interested to see Jericho comes back just to WWE, just to do this bit.
I mean, I'd love to see it just so that those two can go one more time. I mean, I'd love to see Edge back. I've always loved Edge. I think that Edge is one of the best Cena rivals of all time. But as we know, is currently over at the bingo hall retiring. So
okay.
As you can tell, I'm not a big fan of AEW. I do apologize, but I don't really apologize because I don't like AEW. So, obvious question, mate. What do you rate the match out of?
Solid A, straight to the point, mate. Do you know what I mean? My match of the night. Do you know what I mean? And it is going to be one where I'm going to remember it, like years to come, because it was just really good storytelling.
Absolutely, bud. I share that. I'd say an A plus. Yeah, I can't say much else about it. Awesome match, awesome storytelling by the two great guys. So, next on the pre-main event, which we spoke about this just before. We felt really sorry for this match. Obviously, four very talented ladies. For me, two of them haven't even reached the prime yet. We have Io Sky and Rhea Ripley, or as they name themselves, Rio, versus the Kabuki Warriors in Kairi Sane and Asuka. What do you think, mate?
I think for me, if this match, replaced like the John Cena one, the John Cena one was co-main event, I feel like I'd be a bit more invested, in this match in particular. I do kind of feel sorry from, like you said, there is to go on obviously after the Styles and Cena match. Crowds and stuff like that, they're going to be like exhausted from the match previously. And I'm going to be honest, this is the match where I wasn't really a big fan of. I feel like Rhea was like the third wheel in this match. Do you know what I mean? It was basically Kabuki Warriors versus Io Sky, with Rhea a bit more on the outside and stuff like that. And the problem is, it's Rhea's hometown. You want to get her involved and stuff like that. So for me personally, I was disappointed with this match, to be honest.
I share that, mate. I do think that because it was Rhea's home country, that was the main reason why they did it, because they wanted Rhea to get the hot tag, and then obviously the crowd would pop real big for her. But it, like you say, it was mostly just Kabuki Warriors versus Io for the longest time ever. Rhea comes in, does a couple of moves, takes out Asuka, and then Kairi eats the pin, which, like you say, it's quite disappointing. As we know, these four women are absolutely fantastic. Some of the best in the world at the minute. I mean, like I say, for me, Rhea and Io haven't even reached their prime yet. They're not even at the peak. Asuka, I think she's definitely one of the best women's wrestlers of all time. Kairi, she's amazing. The things she can do, I love the way that she does the insane elbow. It's one of my favorite finishing moves.
Do you think? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt there. Do you think we'd be talking about this match differently if it went on, before the Cena match?
I think so, but also and my wife Shannon said this. It felt as though they didn't give them enough. It felt as though because the Cena and Styles match went on so long that they couldn't give these ladies long enough and big enough freedom with their match, sort of thing. Would you agree
She's
with
getting
that?
very smart, your missus. I'm gonna be honest.
I know she's never really been a big fan of wrestling, but ever since I introduced her to it, and she's actually really got invested in it, she's come a hell of a long way from when she first started watching it.
I was just looking how long that match actually was. It was 19 minutes and 55, so I thought that was a bit short, to be honest.
Yeah, when I was watching the Cena Styles match, I felt like that match went on for about an hour. I think it was about 35 minutes.
10. 27 minutes 10.
That it?
Yeah.
I thought it was at least half an hour.
No, I've got the matches. Well, it's according to Wikipedia anyway, so
that's nuts. But yeah, so what you giving that, mate?
I'm gonna give it a C again. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not knocking, the women's matches and stuff like that. It's just I'm always a sucker for match placement, and I feel like if these matches were placed in a different way, I'd be talking about them a bit more because it's like a storyline. Do you know what I mean? You got to get crowd up, down, and I feel like to follow the Cena match and stuff like that, it was really hard to do because we just know how good that match was.
Yeah, mate, completely agree with that. And you got to think as well, this were a 3-hour event. This for Australian crowd, they did the best and everything like that. I think the crowd was absolutely brilliant. I did see one thing on TikTok that I found quite funny. They put the overdub of the Minions over the crowd because obviously they were all wearing yellow for Cena, and it looked like the crowd was full of Minions, and I was just like, that's quite funny. That I quite like that. But yeah, I would probably say I'll probably get a C, same as you. I do think it were a bit better than the Tiffany Stephanie match because there was actual build up to this match rather whereas obviously the one with Tiffany and Stephanie there wasn't. So coming up to the main event, bud, was the men's crown jewel championship match between Seth Rollins, the world champion, and the WWE undisputed champion Cody Rhodes. For me, I think this is the opposite of the women's one, but obviously there was quite a bit of build up to this one. Seth obviously being 3-0 against Cody when Cody first returned. Then they had the Hell in a Cell match, and then they had the match after. What was the third match that they had?
Money in the Bank.
I think it was Money in the Bank. But yeah, I think. If I'm honest, I think that this were a bit of a smash and grab, really.
Do you reckon?
I felt as though towards the end they were just hitting finisher after finisher after finisher, and they were trying to get to the end a bit too quickly. Like they were going through the gears, so like, oh, we're in first gear, oh, we're in second, third, fourth, and then they went straight to sixth. I felt as though
so it's funny you mentioned that because now you said that I do actually see where you're coming from and stuff like that. Because I mean, the pace were really, really good. And I remember saying to you that, but it's like you said, when you get to that finish and stuff like that, it did seem a bit rushed, and that's well spotted because I didn't think of that until just now.
It's like I said earlier with the Bronson Roman match. I think everyone was expecting someone to come out and interfere in the match, whether it be one of the either Bron or Bronson, or if it were going to be Theory, if it were going to be Drew to set up, obviously, the match between Cody and Drew, or if it were going to be some fucker else that we're going to get, probably Rock or something like that, just to ruin everyone's day, or get Travis Scott
again.
Ruin everyone's weekend and just make everyone want to cancel Netflix. But the one thing that I did really like is that they played into the watch, the Rolex that Cody gifted Seth. Obviously, Seth uses that to to hit Cody with to get the final win, to get the final pinfall. After Seth were using everything in his arsenal to get Cody to pin Cody, sort of thing. But yeah, that's all I can think about. Do you want to know, mate?
No, I mean, you're absolutely right. And Cody sold that, watch punch really, really well. Do you know what I mean? I just want to point that out and stuff. But yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, it was a solid main event. Do you know what I mean? It was a good main event, not knocking that and stuff like that. But I just hate this like thing, like when coming towards the end, it's like you've got to rush to get everything in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think that it doesn't help that with Netflix they've got a time restraint, whereas before, when they worked with Netflix, there wasn't a time restraint sort of thing. Because if you watch the WWE Unreal series, they actually speak about this, that they've got a time restraint with Netflix, but they didn't have this before, sort of thing. So I think that does kind of hinder the matches somewhat. I also want to point out as well that I want to ask your opinion on the actual Crown Jewel Championship belts, mate. What do you think of them?
They're too big. I mean, literally, it went around Stephanie's obviously, waist and got like that. It literally looked like, it just buried her. Same with obviously the one with Seth as well. Do you know what I mean? I get the thing. Do you know what I mean? Like the massive and stuff like that. But yeah, they're absolutely huge. I think is it 250 kilograms they weigh each.
Something like that. But I said this to Shannon when they put it around Stephanie's waist. It looks like a corset.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It looks like a corset. It looks like they're trying to hide her stomach. And then even when Seth put it on and he tried to get up the ropes, it looked as though he struggled getting up onto the turnbuckle because of how big it was.
Is it something like 3,500 diamonds, 50 carats? I think I can't remember exactly thing for thing.
It's Saudi stuff, mate. They could put 9 billion chuffing diamonds on it, and they'll say that it's best thing in the world.
I want to get. Well, you mentioned that. I want to get your thoughts on something else while you're here. Do you know, like when it's like doing the overhead, like of the city and stuff like that? For me personally, I hate it when it's right quiet. Do you know what I mean? You just see like the crowd, like the helicopter thing. You see when it shows the match like graphic. I hate all this like dead like I call it like dead noise in a way.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I completely agree with you on that one, mate. It. I think the main problem is, mate, is that a lot of people aren't going because they can't afford to go because of the ticket prices. So you're not going to get the casual fan going. You're not going to get people like me and you going because we can't afford £800,000 to go and watch 4 hours of wrestling when we could go up to Batley and watch UKW for 16 quid.
I could go to Newcastle and watch it for a tenner.
If you don't know UK wrestling, guys, check out UK wrestling. Quick shout out to UK wrestling.
And if you don't know Newcastle Wrestling guy, to go check them out as well.
Funnily enough, mate, I was around at my granddad's yesterday, and I actually learned that my granddad's quite big into wrestling. And I said to him, next time that me and you will go, we can take him. He goes, "Oh yeah, definitely, I'm coming." So we've got somebody else to tag along with to UKW.
We're literally going to like take like 50 people. Like they've never had that many people in. Hey, there you go. Yep, come on.
It's just going to be our families.
But do you know what? If it supports British wrestling, I'm all for it.
Yeah, mate, definitely. I mean, there's going to be me, you, Shannon, my granddad, my grandma, my brother, my sister-in-law, my niece, my mum, my dad, and we're just going to take my whole family. So like, sod it, taking all family. There's just going to be us three. And then there's your father there taking piss out of Falkirk Corner.
Yeah, he's just mint. He loves doing that and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it's great and stuff. But I also like the fact that these live streams because we've got loads of stuff to plan for that.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I mean, we can't thank UKW enough for being so accommodating for us. I mean, it's like a second home to us now. We know wrestlers so well. We know obviously crowd quite well. Shout out to Job Winnie Nicky and Wrestling Jeebus as well. Shout out to Jonathan Sedgwick and Joe Sedgwick and Brett Sedgwick as well. But yeah, so we need the rating for the final match.
Final match. I'd give it a B. You know what I mean? It was good. You know what I mean? There could have been. It's not the best match of the night, and yeah, just a solid B for me.
I'd give it a B. So, what would you give the overall event, mate?
Solid B. Do you know what I mean? Some great matches and stuff like that. The only thing I've got to pick with is stuff like is the match placement. Like I said, do you know what I mean? I feel like I felt sorry for the tag match because it went after one of probably the best matches we've seen all year already, and. Yeah, I think that's the thing. I'm a sucker for match placement, and I'll probably keep repeating what's in there.
Yeah, definitely. I'd probably get a B plus. All the reason for me is just that Cena AJ match. It was already a B, and then the pulling out the tributes to past wrestlers and the past opponents, and obviously the tribute to Bray Wyatt just really capitalized it for me, sort of thing. But yeah, you were saying about the events, mate.
Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, I mean, even though obviously we've done the UKW, mate, we've still got obviously 2 more obviously lined up, obviously for this year and then one for next year.
Yeah, mate. Do you want to tell the folks about it?
So we're gonna is it Kingdom Wrestling in Shipley for the Hot Tag Foundation? That's gonna be their little like charity thing. We're gonna be doing live reactions, which I can't wait for.
Yeah, same, mate. I can't wait for that one.
And then of course Zero Limits, which we're currently in the process of obviously talking to those. You obviously sports them, that's over to you.
Yeah, mate, definitely. Speaking to, let me just get their Instagram up. Zero Limits Wrestling.
Yeah.
We're on about going to the February show because we were actually tagged in by
Scarlett.
just Scarlett.
Who's actually been on the on the show?
Yes, exactly. So Scarlett tagged Zero Limits Wrestling with a caption for sure. Zero Limits then replied back with the eye emojis looking. I replied to him, "Are you okay with us bringing our setup and doing live reactions?" The message back saying, "Sure, we can work something out, messages, and we can discuss logistics." They're just in the process of organizing their December show. But hopefully you guys will see us at Zero Limits Wrestling show in February.
And we're hoping, we're praying that Alfie's there.
Yeah, if Alpha's not there and we travel all that way, then I'm just gonna be really upset. So we hope that Alpha's there.
And Dee Dee.
And Dee Dee, yes. Pray to Dee Dee. We'll bow down to Dee Dee. Please don't hurt my stream.
It is, but do you know what though, mate? I mean, even though like so we're doing these shows, we've got loads of interviews obviously lined up as well.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Do you want to plug yours first, bud?
Where do I begin? Yeah, recently just announced Leah Raven. Obviously, she's coming on the show on the 28th. 16th, we've obviously got Simon Hill, which is 4-year anniversary for the show. Chris Hero the day before that. We just obviously had Steve Linsky. That's on the channel. Go check that out. And we've got quite a few more, which we've not announced yet. Stay tuned for that.
Well, there you go. So this week I've got Matt Carter coming on Monday the 13th at 2:00. I then have a 2-for-1 special of Jamie Lee Dodd and Lauren of the Talk the Line podcast. They're on Tuesday at 4:00. Wednesday, I've got Jimmy. I'm going to get his name right. It is Jimmy Vice from EPW on Wednesday at 2:30. And then Friday at 5:00, I've got Axel the Clown. I'm just going to let everyone know that after next week, I'm not going to be doing interviews for about 2 weeks because myself and my wife Shannon are on holiday for my 30th birthday.
There you go, stuff like I'm waiting for the Axel one because I just want to know if he's going to be in character because I know exactly how good he is.
I'll make sure to message you before we go live, mate, so that you know, because I know that you'll definitely want to tune in for that one.
Yeah, he's incredible, you know, phenomenal talent and stuff like that. Shall we say we've got the MVP?
I say Cena.
Cena, end the show. Thanks for watching.
What was your shock of the night, if there was one?
What? No, I don't think there was one. Do you know what I mean? A lot of them. At first, I obviously thought the other Bronson Reed beating Reigns, but then I thought about it going, no, he really did dose a need on that win.
For me, I think the shock for me were when Jay actually speared Roman through the table. I thought that they'd just go Bronson and Braun completely demolishing the Usos, double teaming on Reigns, bang, 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 spear, tsunami, sorted, but obviously Jay speared Roman through the table, and then that's causing the friction between the Usos and Roman.
Yeah. Right. I mean, it wasn't like a blown away for me, but yeah, just the... Nah, it wasn't really known for me.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. Sound. Anything else, mate?
No, I mean, great show and stuff like that. And Roland Survivor Series.
Yeah, Roland Survivor Series, and we'll leave you with this final still of mine and Liam's reaction to my wife, Shannon.
The thing is, right? Yeah, when
just...
we actually load the stream up, I actually see that image, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yep, I started off with putting this photo of my wife just to Liam, and Liam came on like, "What the fuck am I looking at here?" Well, it had that, and then it had me take the photo down and saw that I was wearing my Fiend mask with the wig.
He's a twat. He knows that, doesn't he?
If you guys want to see me wear the mask and the wig at live reactions, let us know in the comments below, and I will gladly wear it. I mean, I'm on about wanting to jump in the ring at some point to either take a spot or do a spot, so I'd be more than happy to do a Sister Abigail or something like that to someone. If someone wants to do it, let me do it.
I think that'd be interesting, though.
Hey, mate, you never know. Get us involved in commentary at UKW. UKW, if you're watching, let us know.
We are actually learning commentary for the live reactions as well. Well, I am anyway.
Yeah, I am as well, but I'm looking at that video that you sent me the other day to try and learn how to do it properly. So, I mean, if they're all right with us doing it, obviously we'd be more than happy to do it at UKW. I really do think that UKW is sort of like our second home at this point in time.
Yeah, I mean, they have done so much for us and stuff like that, and we are obviously, extremely grateful and stuff. And the thing with UKW is a lot of the talent there was the first people I interviewed, so I've always got that special, bond.
Yeah, exactly, mate. I mean, there's too many to thank, but I just want to thank Jonathan, Joe, and Brett Sedgwick. There's Ruby Broco, there's Red Broco, there's obviously Drew Ashlin, is a very good friend of ours. Alfie's been there. You want something, mate?
Danny Missing,
hardcore champion, fantastic young man. We've got Mustafa Khan, you got Johan Hunt, Chris Castle, trying to think of some more. Chloe Nightshade, she was there at UKW's Showcase Champions. You had Ivy Rivers as well, who was my wife's favourite on that day. Seb Mercer, can't forget Seb Mercer. God, who else?
There's too many.
Miss Kane. Yeah, there's too many to count. But yeah, anyone that involved with UKW, we just want to say a massive thank you for being so accommodating to us. I mean, we're just two bands of lads that love talking about wrestling and love talking shit, really.
So what we should do? We should try and get an interview with Ivy and obviously Shannon.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be really good. Get her to do some quick fire questions or something like that.
No, just get her on this actual show, Jill. As long as she's obviously confident with that, and just let them two just talk shit for an hour.
Hold on, I'll see if I can get Shannon.
Shannon, get your ass up here.
She's coming. Be 2 seconds.
Is this my? I'm not taking rap for this. This is your idea.
I know. Just waiting for her. She's taking her time.
Yeah, no, we're just trying to like waste some time here.
Yeah. There she is. Come here. Go on stream.
We are live.
So, we've said we are live, by the way. We've said that we should get you and Ivy Rivers on the stream at the same time, so you can ask some questions. Would you be up for that? Come on.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
The worst part is we're not going to be here.
Yeah, worst part is we're not going to be here. You're going to be doing it on yourself. So you'll be sat here in front of the screen. You'll be talking to Ivy like I'm talking to Liam, and you'd have the headset on and everything.
I don't know about that.
I think you'd be good at it, just asking the questions and what have you.
I think I need more confident boost.
Look at the face.
It was just an idea, by the way. Do you know what I mean?
So yeah, but yeah, I think that's about it, mate. I think we're done for today, bud.
Just a suggestion there. I think that'd be interesting as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it'd be good for Shannon's confidence or whatever. But like she says, she needs a bit more confidence going to shows and whatever. So
could even pre-record it as well.
Yeah, exactly. Ivy, if you are watching this and you would be up for that, we would really appreciate any comment or anything like that.
If you can get to 150
Subscribers.
then I might do it.
So if we get to 150 subscribers, by when?
I don't know.
Who to get 150 though?
Me, obviously.
In November.
So yeah, if I can get to 150 subscribers and Ivy is up for it by end of November, what? That's
a month.
That's Shannon. That's 1 month. December.
Can I get 150 and do it?
Can Liam get to 150 and do it?
Well, we both have to.
So we've both got to get 250 subscribers by end of December for Shannon to do an interview with Ivy.
Well, I hate to break it to you, Shannon, but I'm already there.
He's already there.
But
That's why I said it.
Oh, sound. Right, mate. I think we'll end it there, bud. Yeah, so make sure you check us out, guys. Obviously, myself and Liam. Check out Magica Wrestling. Check out Wrestle Wellbeing if you haven't already, which you should be if you're watching this. Go check out his prediction video that we put out on Friday. Sorry. Make sure you check out Liam's videos this week. Make sure you check out mine as well. And yeah, continue to support British wrestling. Continue to support indie wrestling. And yeah, just support wrestlers as best you can, guys, because that's what it's all about, isn't it?
100%, mate, 100%. And as I always say in wrestling stuff like that, everyone's got a story to tell.
And as I always say, it's okay to talk. So we'll finish it there, guys. Take care and make sure you look after yourselves.